Wanted to spend a few minutes and talk about Kumu Discussions, specifically in the context of enabling a better tomorrow. I've gone ahead and added a new module to the introduction segment, specifically to talk about Kumu Discussions. Previously, we used the Systems Thinking discussion group on LinkedIn, and the Systems Thinking Modeling and Simulation News is provided here for reference. Though for the discussions within Kumu, because of the way that they operate and the way that we use them within enabling a better tomorrow, I thought it best to ensure that the understanding of how they operated was clear. In every Kumu project, there is an integrated discussion capability, and if you go to the profile page for the map, up in the upper left hand corner, you can select discussions, and that will take you to the segment of the project that lists those discussions that exist. In this environment, you can create a new discussion, you can access an existing discussion, read the comments that are there. If you are following the discussion, you can click here and no longer follow it. And if you're not following a discussion, if you post to a discussion, you will follow it, or you can click here and tell it that you want to explicitly follow this discussion. When a new discussion is created in Kumu, every individual who is a member of that particular project will receive a copy of that initial discussion post. That doesn't mean that they're following the discussion. It simply means that they've been notified that there is a new discussion. If one then really wants to follow that discussion, they can go ahead and post to the discussion, which will result in them following it, or they can go back into Kumu, into the discussion, and click on follow this discussion, and they will then follow it. And once they do that, they will receive an email for every post that's made to that discussion until such time as they go in and explicitly indicate that they no longer want to follow the discussion. Now, the way that we use the discussions in enabling a better tomorrow is that for every one of the segments, the learning threads, there is a discussion already established for people to provide comments about that particular discussion thread, or ask questions, or as some of the discussion threads have exercises at the end of them that people can go ahead and do and share the results with other participants for their comments. Though what we have done is we have embedded them in such a way that once I get to the introduction summary, the discussion for that is the introduction discussion D01, and it's coded in such a way that if you click on it, the discussion window pops in a light box right in the context that you're inside of Kumu, so you can add comments. And then once you're done, you can click up here or click anywhere outside of the light box itself, and it will close. We did this way so that one wouldn't lose the context of wherever they were. In other words, it's just real annoying if I want to go ahead and provide comments on this, it sends me someplace else to do the comments, and I lose a sense of where it was that I was. And the way this is coded is, the nice thing about the discussions in Kumu is this is the link. If you look down here at the bottom of the screen, it says EaBT discussion 15. This is discussion 15. If you look at the posts inside of a discussion, each one of those also has a link to it, so that you could go ahead and copy the link for this discussion and send it to someone else, and that link would take them directly to this discussion, or this particular link would take them directly to this discussion as opposed to directly to a post. So within Enabling a Better Tomorrow, we coded this in such a way that it says introduction discussion, and it lists the URL of that discussion, $lightbox equals full, which says go ahead and access this web page and display it in a lightbox and make it the full size. If we didn't code it with the full option, it would end up being a little bit too small to work with. This is the same approach that we use for embedding Insight Maker models and YouTube videos, so that they open up about 95% of whatever size you have the window in. So that we think it makes it more convenient, and you can do this in the projects that you create in Insight Maker also. So that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about in terms of specifics regarding the Kumu discussions. If you have any other questions about the discussions, go ahead and post a question on the introduction discussion, and I'll answer your questions to the best of my ability. If you do not yet have access to the Enabling a Better Tomorrow environment, all you have to do is go to kumu.io/signup, get yourself a free Kumu username, and email it to me at systemswiki@gmail.com, and I will provide you with access to the Enabling a Better Tomorrow systems learning environment. And if you sort of haven't quite made up your mind whether or not you yet want access, if you go to systemswiki.org, there's an introductory page about this environment that also has a short and a long version of an overview video about the environment with directions about how to get access. So an update about Kumu discussions and accessing Enabling a Better Tomorrow, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.